Good morning, y'all, and this is April 1st, and we're on day number 10. 10 days in Cambodia now, and last night was a rough one. The rain came down hard, 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 hard. Um, but the winds, actually, it was the winds that actually um, concerned me the most. Surprised. Actually, this big old kite didn't take a flight. So yeah, it did what it was supposed to do. It kept me dry, and that's all that matters. Yeah. So I don't have any signal out here. I haven't really seen, looked up anything. I'm just rolling now. It's if I didn't say it already, it's 5:48 a.m. Um, Everybody's been up and going to do their farm work or whatever out here for a while now. So anyway, yeah, I have not gotten to the 6 yet. So this will keep going until it meets up with the 6. I kind of looked at the maps yesterday. Although I'm dealing with offline maps still usually shows the roads. It just I can't access the satellite views to get more detailed information of possible like dirt roads and stuff that might be there. Um, So, yeah, so I can't really navigate anything but the 6 from this area. Um, Yesterday I had a pretty good time and saw some really nice roads, but this time I'm just going to go straight for the meet up with the 6 and hit it northbound. And yeah, and just keep pedaling until I get to a spot where I can um, kick back for a little bit. I've been putting down enough kilometers where each spot I go, I could probably spend an extra night if I need to, if I want to. And the only reason I would do that is to catch up on the videos so I don't get too far behind on the videos. One thing I want to do is keep trying to knock them out as close to daily as possible. And every time I camp, it puts me at least one day. It puts me at least one day, well, each day that I camp puts me that day behind. And the farther I get behind on editing, the more like it's like homework, you know. If you ever had to study for a test or something like that, it's like I've always kind of put it off and put it off, and then you jam at the very end. Editing's the same way. It's like uh, I'd rather try and just not get too far behind on it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and I'm gonna start packing this up and hit the road. All right, guys. So I found a spot to pull over to the side of the road, but the side of the road had some type of like cement mud in it. I mean, I can't get it off my shoes type, it's thick on bottom. But when I was cleaning my shoes, I noticed this, man. I haven't even had these one day yet. Same over here. Sides are all coming out on them. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, one day and they're already falling apart. Man, these cheap ass knockoffs. I just had to get another pair, man. Yeah. Well, that stinks. Alright, guys, well, I don't know what type of mud this is. It's like clay. I mean, it's clay. It's won't come off my shoes and my tires too well, so well, that's that. Hey, it is 9:34 right now, and I'm on the 6. The 6 is right behind you. There's the 6 right there. And I found a spot to actually take a little break and get some steamed buns. These were only like 2,500 each, so comes out to what, 62 cents each or something like that. And then I had an energy drink. These things are actually pretty good. I've made about 37 kilometers right now. The heat's wonderful. It's not as, yesterday was great and today's great. It's not overbearing like it was those 3 days, but I pushed 89 kilometers yesterday. So as far as I could figure it out as much as possible using, because I took a lot of the back roads. So I just did the walking route, which was the closest to the route that I took, and then just dropped a bunch of ad stop here, ad stop there to try and get the route that I actually took, and it looked like it came out to 89 kilometers. So that was a good push. I would like to find a hotel room tonight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any luck on affordable. Just so I can post one video I have all edited up. I still need to edit one for yesterday, and but yeah, at least like to get the one that I just edited last night when I was in my lean-to, so I finished it up. Luckily, I was able to find on the UCut app, it stores some of the songs, you know, on the phone, so I didn't need access to the internet because I had no signal. So yeah, I got it all ready to go. But hey, before you guys go though, this is what happened to my shoe. So like, I took my shoe and the bottom heel, the bottom tread just peeled right off. Like they used the cheapest glue in the world. I'm surprised I paid 16 bucks, was a little overpriced to begin with, but if you can see, the fabric is, I would just wear it how it is, but the fabric's showing, like the fabric that comes through the shoe, and that's what's being pinned in. Yeah, so I wasn't sure how long that was gonna last, and I did at the last town, found another cheap spot, and they had similar, because I want to go for the sandals. I really dig how they feel on my feet, and I know that flip-flops, I would do flip-flops, but once they get a little wet and muddy, I actually walked all the way out to a waterfall in Laos and in flip-flops, and I had to do several river crossings back and forth, but each time my feet got muddier and muddier, and I was taking them off for a while and crossing the river, putting them back on, but you know, it just, eventually I was slip sliding back and forth in my flip-flops, and when I almost got up to the waterfall, I was like, oh, I'm not going to take it. It was a river, but it wasn't like real big. I was like, I'll just leave my flip-flops on anyway, you know. And sure enough, I lost one of the flip-flops. They went downstream, and so the sun was setting. I didn't have a flashlight, and I was like, I got to get back now on my bare feet, right? So I just hooked the other one. What's the point of having one? So I just took the trek back with the river crossings and everything in my bare feet and in the dark, which isn't the smartest thing in the world. But I got back, you know. Yeah, that's why flip-flops, I love flip-flops and stuff. It's just, they don't stay on your feet quite as good as these do. And One other purchase I did pick up, because I've had some close encounter of the dogs out here. And not just that, I picked up some pepper spray. I've always carried like bear spray on me. Not so much for the animals, although mountain lions, they're nice to have, but more or less for the protection from the weirdos. And believe it or not, the most dangerous animal in the wilderness is the man, you know. An animal usually has the right to be out there, but if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you run into someone else, it can be, it can be spooky if they're a little off the rocker, which a lot of them sometimes are. Sometimes they're just nice campers, but you got to assume that there might be something wrong with them. Yeah, so I got pepper spray, and it came in handy last night because when I set up my lean-to, for some reason, two guys on a bike pulled up, and was sitting there, and I think they were just watching the lightning show before the rain moved in. But I made it known that I was there. I didn't want to be quiet, because if no one sees you, that's even worse. If they don't actually see that you're there, and then they notice your tent, and they're like, hey, what's that? They have more of a tendency, because they haven't heard anything come from it, to go over there and investigate it. Where if they pull up and you start making noise, they're going to see you and go, oh, someone's camping over there. And they won't go investigate it because they've already heard you over there. So even though being out of sight, out of mind is, if they're within your territory, it's good to go ahead and not try and be quiet and hope that they go by, but to make enough noise that they know you're there, or let them know, say, hey buds, I'm camping right here, Anyway, that's a Hobo rambling. I picked up pepper spray. I have another pair of these. These were $7.50, which is better than the price of my other ones, but they look like they'll hold up. Yeah, other than that, the 6 is not actually that bad, although you hear a lot of traffic right now. It really is not that bad of a ride. No one's honking and stuff, and it's not as bad as the QL1A or whatever. Anyway, I'm going on way too long on this. Bye. Found a spot to actually stop for a coffee. It's a spot that's just opening, actually. I came in thinking it was a gas station. Well, it is a gas station. Look. It's a gas station, but they're still building everything up. Shelves are still empty, but the coffee area is open, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, they have a iced Americano, and actually I think the manager here, he's from the States too, or at least, yeah, he spent time there hiking and stuff like that, so we're just talking. It's pretty awesome, but yeah, awesome coffee. I'm just sitting, relaxing. So I just was given some bananas. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Sack, S-A-K.
Is it Sack?
Sack, like
Sack.
Sack Fifth Avenue.
Nice to meet you. I'm Daniel.
Pleasure, Daniel.
But yeah, no, so you ended up here because...
No, that's just for now.
Okay.
Make sure everything's set it up. I'm playing like 4 roles right now. A constructor, the contractor, the owner, also hired the general manager, and everything is up and running.
Yeah.
Then I'll go back to my office in Phnom Penh. So just to make sure this is sustainable.
So how new is this actually?
This is like less than 6 months.
Less than 6 months, yeah, because I saw the all the shelves are still kind of empty. And yeah. What's this back here? Everything back here.
We have this log house.
Yeah.
And that's actually I built that for myself.
Okay.
And then that's my mom's house when she was young.
Yeah.
So we move everything from here to the main house at the. You'll see when you walk there. Okay. So this is my brother-in-law house. It's his vacation home. Awesome. So he come and then he stay here, and then that's me, and then that's my mom's old house, and then now she move up there, so my uncle stay there.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much.
Can I got in there?
Yeah.
Hey, hold it for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
He put it where your bags is.
Okay, thank you.
So we have the mango from Guatemala. Yeah. As you can see, you can buy that in any supermarket.
Yeah, they were.
But they're not ripe yet.
They're not ripe yet. Yeah.
So they're sour. They're super sour.
Yeah, they just started seeing.
It's not good for you if you ride a bike and eat some sour stuff. But if you like to.
Yeah, no, I had a green one not that long ago, and I just now noticed that they're starting to color up a
So
little.
this is from Guatemala, from Peru. This is the type that actually smell very different, and if it ripe, it tastes very different than the Cambodian mangoes. So.
And everything's organic, the soil,
Yeah.
no chemicals.
No, because the thing we cut the grass,
Yeah.
and then we use the grass as a fertilizer, and we just throw it in there.
Okay.
So we don't use any chemical here.
Now, are you marketing any of these things?
No, we just local.
You just
Like,
local eat
just
it?
enough for my family.
Yeah.
My family and all my relatives around the land.
So this is all just your family here. This is
Yeah.
Mm,
so this
you're
is
not
palm tree.
renting out any of these to people or anything?
What's that?
Looks like a resort is what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not a resort. Just family.
It is beautiful. It really is.
We try to keep it clean as much as possible.
So yeah.
So we got Cambodian olive. We have like 5-6 different type of mangoes.
That's awesome. And yeah, you say you just kind of keep them to yourself. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Man, this is so beautiful. How long did it take you from
Oh, it's years,
years?
bit by bit, because we can't do everything like in one day, you know.
Yeah.
So like my dad loved golf, so we did a par 3.
Ah, nice.
So the longest tee off boxes will be from here is like 170. So
Yeah.
that green right there, and here to here is like 120. And from anywhere you go around, it's like 60 yards.
Nice.
And we have a putting green here, nice maintenance, and you know, in the evening you can come out with just this putter
Yeah.
and a golf ball. You can just practice here.
Wow. What a nice piece of property.
Yeah.
And it's all family too. That's which
It's all family.
actually
It's all
that's
cool.
there's a beauty in that. You know what I'm saying?
Today we celebrated my great grandmother anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's like her 10th or 11th or something that she passed away here.
Yeah.
So everybody just come, and then the ceremony will be tomorrow,
Yeah.
in line with the opening of the gas station.
Awesome. That is so nice.
And then that house my dad was born, where the gas station was.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
house.
So we lift everything, we remove everything,
Yeah.
and then we deconstruct it, and then we reconstruct it. So we
Ah.
disassemble the house.
And you moved it
And
from
moved
there
it-
all the
we
way
moved
over
it
there.
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
west, this is north.
Yeah.
So it took us about, I will say, 3 months to move everything from the land. So
Yeah.
I will introduce you later to the gas station, because all the tree around there is actually from that land, then moved to north, and then it moved back.
That was the original location of that. That's
Yes.
and
So
everything.
the-
That's cool.
The coffee that you drink with the chair that you're sitting,
Yeah.
that's that house right there back then.
Ah. Okay.
And then that's where
Cool.
my dad was born.
Awesome, man.
And then so we relocated that to the north side, and then some of the tree we reintroduced. Well, we took it out,
Yeah.
we nursery to north,
Yeah.
but then we moved back to the station.
Awesome.
Because my dad wanted to keep it as you know, the old ways, all the old plants and trees and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We also get some sugar cane. If you want some sugar cane,
No.
it's gonna be a lot for you to.
Yes, I think I'm packed with the bananas and
Yeah.
and
We also build a bird nest house way to the north.
yeah, I've noticed a lot of bird
Bird
nest
nests, yeah.
farming and stuff in
Yeah.
Vietnam, and I'm picking it up a little here in Cambodia too. I actually didn't know what those were for a while. I had to look it up, of course. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful
Got a log
property.
house. I love the Chevy. That's why I bought the Chevy. So they're good on diesel.
Yeah.
Yellow flowers or whatnot.
Yeah. The yellow bell type? I don't know what they are.
Jasmine.
So your father lives here.
Well,
in-
he was born here, but he worked in the city.
Hmm.
I work in the city too, but I have to oversee the project until it's finished. Then I have to move back to the city.
That's awesome.
So we produce our own rice. We don't buy them.
This is also your field out here then?
Our field is actually all the way back to the post where the bird nest is. Beyond the
Oh.
bird nest.
Oh,
The bird nests have to be isolated. They don't want anybody to bother them.
right.
So it's a big piece of land. It's okay. Good size.
No, it's good to have.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's such a weird, like being in the States, you know that, where having a lot of land is very unique.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to have a lot of money or be a farmer to have lots of land. So,
It's in the family.
right,
It's
but
in the family.
yeah, but then again, sometimes your family will sell the property if they get a good price. So you own the bird's nest farm?
I built
too?
the bird nest. Because I studied the market. I think there's a place for it, and then I started about 8 months ago. So we finished it around November, December, and now we have about 3 nests already. Normally it take about 2 or 3 years to start a nest, but this is a good bird migration around this area. So around 5 o'clock you will see them coming in. Right now they're on lunch break. They're sleeping right now.
Yeah, and you just play a recording all the time, right?
Yeah, just the noise is to attract them.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Thank
so
you,
much
Daniel.
for showing us
Been a
around
pleasure.
your beautiful property.
A hardcore bike rider.
Yeah.
A cycle rider, not bike rider.
American Hobo.
American Hobo.
Coming through Cambodia. But thank you so much for actually showing me your family's property. It's very beautiful here.
Thank you.
And you guys, one last look around. It's a nice little establishment. So if you guys are ever stopping by the Coffee Star, the Star Mart here, yeah, stop on in.
6'8".
I kind of ended up here a little longer. Sack was a very nice person. Just for dropping in to have a cup of coffee. If you're around this area, stop at this Star Mart. I mean, honestly, and just say hi to him. He's a really friendly guy. He might even show you around the property. And also, the shelves are not full yet, but by the time you are here, the shelves should be full. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really nice spot once it's all completely done. All right, guys, I got to hit the road. Found a good spot in the shade. I'm gonna eat some of these bananas and the fruit that he gave me. Get some more water, hydrate, and the thing I laid on last night's actually just one of these. I found a clean bag that you always see here in Vietnam and in Cambodia. I don't know usually what they're packed with, fruits, vegetables, whatever, but it came really handy for just sitting down as a ground cover. It's actually very handy just to roll up and throw down and actually sit. And that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna watch a podcast and yeah, and just kind of sit out in this field here in the shade. So yeah. Oh, let me give you a time check real quick so you know where I'm at. It's 1:06, so I still got 5 hours before sunset, so I'm just gonna have to do this. I'm gonna go a little bit, sit, go a little bit, sit. Anytime I find a spot of shade, that way, I enjoy the ride and I'm not overheating myself. All right, guys, time for a podcast. Hey guys, that's the 6 over there that you can see the cars going by on. I saw this field here, so I pulled my bike off because I saw a few trees right here that looked a good portion apart, and I decided to just explore the field, see what might be out here. It looks like there's a business over here. They're doing heavy equipment, moving a lot of dirt. Like, let's see, go back this way. But this lot right here looks like it's just open. So I don't know what that might be down there. So I'm just exploring. I'm looking at the possibilities of camping in the town about less than 10 kilometers here. There seems to be one affordable place that I could actually go to. That's what I'm looking at right there. Is that a house or I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's around I think it's around the $10 range. Like I said, Booking.com's no help out here, and Agoda, they don't use those. They don't use anything. The only ones that use that are the ones that are up in like the $40 to $60 range. Yes, Cambodia is a little more expensive, and I'm not going to do that. But the way it rained last night, I want to kind of make sure that I set up a little earlier. I have a feeling that I might get hit with some rain again tonight. So yeah, I'm going to explore this field here and see if the possibilities of setting up the Hennessy hammock is a go. All right, guys. So I went down the street that way a little ways to see too much farther and I'll hit the city, but I wanted to see like the surroundings a little more. And I ran into more buildings like this. The one that's, let's see if you can follow me over. The one that's, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's right over here. That's for making bricks. There's several of them down that way. So that would explain a lot of the moving the dirt and everything over here. I guess they're trying to pull up clay maybe. I don't know actually the process of making bricks. I don't know if what type of materials they use for the brick. So I don't know what they're looking for. Dirt. I'll Google it later, and that way I'll educate myself on that. But yeah, so I'm assuming the people back there are just employees of the area, and this looked like the best spot. Actually, I went down this way and like maybe I'll run into something better and stuff, but not as private as this. One of the guys just took off. He's the one that I saw the tracks. So remember I said always check for tracks when you first get into a spot. That's his motorcycle. 2 different motorcycles though. 2 different separate like track marks. Yeah, so he's the one that was back there. There's also a truck back there, but I think they're just employees, so they're not going to care if I put up a hammock right here. And he was all smiles when he went by anyway. So I'm gonna, yeah, this is the plan right here behind me. Waiting for it to get a little darker. The clouds are still holding back. I don't see anything moving in too scary looking, but the clouds are definitely there. We got the cumulus clouds all over this place. Look how beautiful the sky is though. Anyway, I'm planning on rain tonight. I'll check the weather and stuff, but this morning was some red skies, and if there's anything true about the saying in the, red skies in the morning, sailor take warning, red skies at night, sailor's delight. If there's any truth to that whatsoever, then there could be a possible storm coming in. But then again, that could just be a wives' tale. All right, guys, I'm gonna wait till it gets a little darker and then set up camp. Bye. Hey guys, I know I said I was gonna stay in that field and it looked perfect and stuff like that, but I had to move because problems with the last person leaving the spot there. He was the second person on the motor scooter. So the first guy went by, the first guy on the motor scooter. Remember I said I saw 2 tracks? But then there was 2 trucks that leave that big the shack in the back. And the last guy to leave was a guy on a motor scooter. He decided to stop and talk to me. Anyway, through the broken English and Google Translate, which started off as a friendly conversation, more or less, he started turning into turned into a proposal to be with another man. Let's just put it that way, you know. And it was like he was trying to get me to go back to that shack, and I was like, this is all through Google Translate, nonetheless. Okay, so I mean, this is an awkward conversation to have with someone anyway. But then trying to throw in that you guys don't know each other's language and you're trying to do it through Google Translate. He's trying to solicit me, and I'm trying to say no, sorry, I don't eat at that restaurant, you know. So anyway, I realized I wasn't going to get anywhere with him because I was like no, and you know, and he persisted. He continued trying to get me to go back to that shack, and so he didn't understand no means no. No means no. So I was like, oh, this guy's going to be difficult. You know, he's like, come back to my uncle's shack and all this stuff, right, with me, and you sleep back there. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to sleep in this. This guy's not going to leave me alone. So I packed up all my stuff, and I guess he thought I was packing up to go back to the shack with him. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm going this way, you know, and you're going that way. And anyway, yeah. So I was like, I gotta get down the road. So that being the story, and that's why I'm here, I did find this. Look, it looks like it used to be a park that's just overgrown. These are restrooms right here, old restrooms that are kind of dilapidated. Big field right here. This is like an old gazebo, right? But it looks like it still has a good roof on it. Look at that. So if it rains tonight, I might not need my tarp up. I'll put it up anyway, but at least have it out. But yeah, I mean, it's just an overgrown, you know, it's just an overgrown park. So I'm gonna put my tarp up in here, or my, between the poles. And I'm running all over here. But these are a good distance. This one right here. And this one right here, and I did give it a shake and a pull, and it does seem like it's good enough, it's sturdy enough. So yeah, this is the home. Actually, I kind of like this spot better. But so this is home for the night. And hopefully that's the last I saw of that guy. So yeah, well, when in Rome, you don't have to do as the Romans. Hi guys, well, hasta la night. I'll go ahead and gonna call it here, unless I do filming of like the sunset or something, which is in a little bit. I'll probably film my hammock once it's up, but if I forget to, I'm gonna say good night, y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, I'm all set up for the night. You might be asking why, if the opening is right there, why did I set it up with the zipper facing this? Like a big old bush. because right over there is the it looks like some houses, some businesses, and the main street. And when I do my editing at the end of the night, I don't want the glow of my if my head is like if my head is positioned on this side, then the glow of my phone is facing the residential and stuff like this. And the way I have it set up right now, there's just a wall behind me and the park and nothing. So it's just a way of saying out of sight, out of mind a little bit more. I mean, you know, it's just something to live by. Is if they don't see you, the better. Just don't look like you're trying to hide, because that's suspicious. But other than that, if they don't see you, what they don't see, you know, can't hurt. But I'm gonna start cold cooking some top ramen. When I was picking up the waters, I noticed the guy had some garlics, so I got some garlics. He just let me have 2 full garlics for free, which was nice. Like I said, you know, the majority of the people here in Cambodia are nice. I just ended up, you know, that those situations just happen. You know, that's when you living in the homeless world and stuff like that. Like I mentioned the other day, weirdos and drugs, alcohol, and weirdos, and cops. And those are common occurrences, especially even if you step out of that world, you know. But I still am the homeless traveler, the hobo traveler. So, you know, it always presents itself once in a while, and you just, as gentleman as possible, get out of the situation until it calls for something different, you know. And yeah, I just knew that guy was going to be a pest. And if yeah, so anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to set up. It looks like this might hold water, but it might leak too. So I'll probably put up the tarp here in a bit. But anyway, guys, this is my camp for the night, and I'm going to say hasta la night night.